Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverly, and it's George in at the 2. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Whiteside is out there with Anthony, and it's Ariza in at the small forward. There should be plenty of fireworks out in the backcourt tonight in this one. Of the guards you played alongside, who is the best combination passer scorer?
Oh, man, Kev, you put me on a hot seat. That's a tough one. I just got to give
You
everybody
played with a lot of them, though, didn't you? Huh?
I know, man. I didn't know it was going to be a test today. I got to go with my boy Rod Strickland when I played with him at the Wizards. I think he's the best finisher ever, and he led the league in assists. My boy Jay Will, shout out to White Chocolate. I mean, he is one of the most creative players I ever played with, but he could shoot it from deep. He was a guy that liked to shoot it from Curry Land, and he could pass it. And then lastly, I'd have to, of course, go with my man Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby could do it all. So I've been blessed to play and fortunate to play with some great scorers and combination passers in this league.
3 terrific names. So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board.
No shot.
Pass to Leonard.
Watch it, Connor.
4 on the clock. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now here's Whiteside. He's coming off a 16-point game against Memphis.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
And the basket by McCollum.
Oh, and even when you try to pressure McCollum, he stays calm. Got to like his poise to the basket out there.
And here are the Clippers. It's a 3-point game. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Well, that's just something to keep an eye on. I mean, when their reserves are operating at a high level, so tough to beat.
George, no good.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Oh, trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, GA, I mean, great look, high percentage shot. That's the efficiency you're looking to establish.
Here's Beverly, following the basket by C.J. McCollum, and the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That is his first foul of the game. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. There's the triple. No good from Zubac.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Lillard misses.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup, that'll get the whole team pumped up.
Here's Leonard, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example. Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
And he knocks down the first one. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Here's Whiteside, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And it had been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade, a chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And the pick and roll tandem of Damian Lillard and Yusuf Nurkic, one of the most unstoppable in our league.
Yeah, Nurkic as a role man, not only a scorer, but also a capable passer, too. He had the second most assists on the team last season. He and Lillard have mastered the nuances of the pick and roll game.
And both free throws good from Whiteside. Another year of record-breaking offense. Why is it, Chris, that great offense so often beats great defense?
Because defense is not about stopping you. It's about making you take the option that the defense wants. And so if we make a guy that doesn't shoot jumpers very well, if we stop all the penetration and make him shoot a jumper and he knocks it down, you just got to shake his hand. Sometimes it's great D, better offense. And we know this is a scoring league. And, you know, you can play the best defense in the world and have your hand up and, matter of fact, smack him in the face. But Curry, Harden, LeBron, they're still going to knock that shot down.
Smack him in the face, you say?
Oh, I've tried that. I've done that before, and it doesn't work with the great ones. Just tap them on the forehead while they're shooting a jump shot and look the other way. They'll still knock it down.
Now Beverly. Trevor Ariza missing from long range. Here's Morris. And that one hits back iron.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range. Just maybe rush his release a little bit.
Here's Anthony. The Clippers grab the miss.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Knocked loose. Ariza against Leonard. Ariza goes in. Whiteside, the pass to McCollum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fades back. It's hauled in by Beverly. Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Passes to George. Back to Beverly. And Whiteside sends it back. And he gets it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Trailblazers leading by 5. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Lillard. Portland again missing. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Beverly with the ball. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Here's McCollum. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Whiteside. Baseline try. That shot off, and it's Portland the other way. Ariza outside. He dishes it to Lillard. Here's Anthony. The Clippers grab the miss.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
That one wide left.
Well, he makes a lot more of those than he misses. Not sure what threw him off right there.
And that one's good. Beverly.
Well, that's what they want to see out of Beverly. Decisive basketball. Nice, aggressive drive to the cup.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Nurkic checked in for Whiteside. And then for the Clippers, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubats. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Here's George, following the score by Trevor Ariza. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Lillard misses.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a loss to the Grizzlies. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
Oh, the awesome vertical of Ariza, soaring off the drive and finishing with his deceptive strength.
Leonard against Ariza. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Now Lillard. He had 25 points last game. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start.
What more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother him.
Anthony against George. Over Anthony. George, no good.
It's time for him to start looking for other options. They can't let him keep shooting. His touch is gone.
And here is Williams. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And it's George missing.
If his performance this quarter is any indication, I don't think he's the one who's going to let them out of the hole.
Here's Ariza in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. So it's the Clippers now. They trail by 7. Williams passes to Harrell. Back to Williams. And here's George for 3. George missing again.
Hate to say it, but he's dragging them down. Not a single bucket this game.
Ariza dishes to Lillard. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
Tells you a little something about their team. They've been able to pull in front despite his troubles tonight.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. So Leonard will go to the free throw line. That one is on Ariza. The Clippers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Paul George. The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. Players have different ways of leading. Some guys, Chris, are loud and fiery. Others let their play do all the talking. What was your approach?
Well, Kevin, it depended on what situation I was in. When I was in Sacramento, I could be the quiet, fiery guy that led through my actions because Vlade was more of a vocal guy, and we had a really good-spirited team, so I didn't need to do much besides what we did in practice. In my younger days, when you want to win, you want to get out there, and maybe everyone doesn't have the sense of urgency that you do. You're a little bit more vocal, but I've always believed that the best leaders, no matter how well they communicate or anything else, the best leaders lead by example. And if you're telling everyone what to do and you're not doing it, usually it falls on deaf ears. So go out there and do it by example first, and everybody will follow.
Good advice. Here's Williams after Nasir Little's bucket. On the wing, Williams. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
A defensive anchor. I mean, you got to admire how Nurkic uses his wingspan to turn shots back.
And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Trailblazers leading by 8. Lillard surveying the D. Knocked away. It's stolen by Green. Pass to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Oh, man, and Jackson is just incredibly fast in transition. It's just the defense's worst nightmare when he's leaking out in the open floor.
And the pass to Lillard. Great D that time from Harrell.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Oh, and really, Jackson excels when the defense gets physical with him. He's more than up for any challenge.
Now here's Lillard. 5 points in the game. From deep. Offensive rebound. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Over Jackson. And he's back in business as a jumper finally drops for him. And it's 7 points for Damian Lillard. And it's Williams with the ball for Los Angeles. 6-point game. Out left to the wing. Now here's Harrell. 14 points from him the last game against Golden State. And that one's good, Shamet. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Passed a little. Ball's knocked loose. There's Jackson with the three. Here's Harrell. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Lillard. Here's Trent. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one. And that does it for the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 5. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Great team play, so key to winning. Damian Lillard broke down the keys.
Be a star in your role. You know, I think it's one thing to say, let's be consistent, let's play hard, let's do all of these things. And I think as competitors, as professional athletes, we're going to play hard. You're going to be competitive because we're competitors. We don't make it to this level for no reason. But I think at this level, you also have egos.
Knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
Don't get picked.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Green is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Williams. And it's Shamet in at the 3. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial Sixth Man of the Year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
Whiteside's checked in for the Trailblazers. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Beverly's checked in. Shot clock at 6. Here's Trent. Great D that time from Green. Clippers trail by 5. Here's Beverly. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Beverly's got his second basket of the game.
And the quick feet of Beverly really jetting it down the open court for high percentage opportunity.
Count it. And it's 6 points for Hassan Whiteside.
Good job taking advantage of the size mismatch. There's no way that jumper's getting blocked.
Poked away. Beverly, the pass to Shamet. And the three off target. Portland leading by 5. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Reggie Jackson. Chris, when it comes to offensive rebounding, who does the best job of creating second chance opportunities now?
Oh, it's 2 names, Andre Drummond, Steven Adams. And the toughest part about it is, as a defender, you don't only have to worry about guarding your man, going over and helping, but then you have to worry about guys that are just hanging out in the rebound painted area, just waiting for their turn. And so it takes the wind out of you, it tires you out, but also your mental focus that game is all over the place because no matter what you're doing, it always have to come back to the thought, oh no, now box out because this guy's a beast on the boards.
He hits both from the stripe.
And the Blazers, one of the best offenses in the league. I mean, their guards can make most any shot. And they've got some glass eaters to chase down any misses.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Whiteside, no good. And the Blazers rely on their guards in McCollum and Lillard to generate, Chris, a lot of their offense.
You're sometimes right, Kevin, and it can even be to a fault at times. I mean, they need more offense from their front court. Guys who can pound the ball inside and generate some easy offense around the rim.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Trailblazers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Outside Jackson. To the middle. Harrell kicks to Beverly. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Green, no luck. And so Hood will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Shot from 12, and the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got the lead up to 9 now for the Trailblazers.
I think McCollum's mechanics and mindset really come into play in the mid-range game. He's deadly from that area.
I got your help side.
Harrell, the pass to Shamet. Sweet little floater. Shamet's got his second bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Hood. Rebound by the Clippers. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
The bench did exactly what they needed to do. Without their production, who knows if they win that game.
It's McCollum on the wing, guarded by Green. Here's Whiteside. Kicks it out to McCollum. A second chance effort, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the Clippers get called for the foul. The Trailblazers have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Both teams will make substitutions. And both free throws good from Whiteside. And we've seen stars, Chris, get suspended in the playoffs for having 7 technical fouls. Should we modify that rule at all, do you think?
I think it can be tweaked if everyone agrees on it. But for me personally, I don't think that we've had enough superstar players get suspended with that rule to say let's change the number. We definitely want superstar players to play in the playoffs, to play for their fans. But we also want to keep the integrity of the game. And if technicals means I get to yell at the referee more, well, then maybe I just have to have more discipline on my end and say, wait a minute, I can't do this because it's going to hurt the team. So I'm not sure about that yet.
Ariza, and it's slammed in by Ariza.
And the way Ariza uses his limb to get to the basket is just sensational, just tirelessly attacking the rim.
Poked loose, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony.
In a moment here, let's check out the numbers for Whiteside. He's been dominant over the last month, putting up about 18 points per, 14 rebounds, and not many players possess his kind of ability to protect the rim. I mean, you look at the block total, pretty remarkable.
Yeah, we talk about players getting hot offensively. He's in the same kind of groove with his defense right now. He's a beast at that end of the floor.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Harrell, and it's Leonard in for Reggie Jackson. Now, here's George. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Warriors in San Francisco.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. I mean, he kept everybody else in the loop. His passing was tremendous.
Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. Trailblazers leading by 9. It's McCollum on the wing, defended by Beverly. Right block shot, no good off the front iron. For Los Angeles, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. And it's George finishing it off.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
McCollum finds Hood. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound by the Clippers.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
McCollum with the ball. He's coming off a 22-point game against Memphis.
Yeah, and his energy level in that game was amazing. He did all that work offensively and controlled the boards, too.
Anthony with the bucket.
Well, that'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate, McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
George against Ariza. With the teardrop, it'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Paul George.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about fear.
Whiteside dishes to McCollum. He kicks to Carmelo. And the rejection by Zubac. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. Here's Lillard. He's got 7. Clock at 4. Lets it go from deep. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Leonard's got 5 rebounds tonight. Beverly wide open. The Clippers rebound. Morris, no good. And Whiteside's got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Can't do a lot to stop Lillard. He's amazing at absorbing contact on these drives.
Clippers trail by 9. Outside, George. Here's Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Shot from the top of the key. They grab their own miss. Whiteside, and it's slammed in by Whiteside. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 14 rebounds. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Whiteside. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Williams is checked in. Morris passes to George. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles.
Oh, no! I see him. I got him.
Passes it to Morris. Kicks it to George.
Set up.
Clock at 6. Back to Morris. Portland grabs the miss. Anthony's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
George passes to Zubac. Dishes to Leonard. Outside Williams.
Come get it, come get it.
From deep three-point range, he's off on that one. Nice D from Lillard.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
And here's McCollum for 3. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Clippers trail by 14. Pass to Leonard. It's George on the wing. And there's the pass to Zubac. The feed to Leonard. Outside Williams. Los Angeles with another miss. Trailblazers leading by 14.
And it's easy to see why a team would want Ariza on their roster. Makes the right decisions, mentors young players, and is well respected throughout the league.
Leonard the pass to Morris. That one's off, still out of sync.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
Williams against Ariza. 1:07 left to play here in the half. Pulls up on the elbow. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Get on Williams!
Right side, Williams. That one falls. Williams has got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the rim.
Lillard outside. It's Ariza on the wing.
Switch.
Back to Lillard. Over Williams. And it's Lillard missing. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 14. Portland's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter, less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Now Lillard, 12 points for him. It's McCollum on the wing, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. 9 points for C.J. McCollum.
You got to know McCollum is looking to fire off the pass. This is why you must play up on him.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers, out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, they've been shooting poorly. Is that good defense or bad offense?
Probably a little bit of both. I think we're competing defensively, and they've missed some opportunities.
It's led to good results for you, though. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. One positive they can look back on is how well they shot the ball. They finished the first period at 48% from the field. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
Well, right now, they're winning the battle above the rim. I'm talking about all their offensive rebounding, just a ton of second-chance opportunities. They just wanted it more. And obviously, those extra possessions were converted into points that helped them build this huge lead.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Well, they struggled in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Whiteside in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation. Clippers trail by 17. Morris outside. And he uses the glass on the layup. Morris has got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Clippers. Here is Lillard. It's McCollum on the wing. And misses it off the right side of the rim. McCollum's gone 4 of 10 here. Has 6 misses. Pass to Morris. Now, here's George. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. Portland grabs the miss. The 3 from McCollum. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's George, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. They get Hassan Whiteside.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Clippers have made 3 free throws so far, haven't missed any.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And 6 straight playoff appearances for the Blazers under Terry Stotts, last season making the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, GA, and he was rewarded with a multi-year contract extension. He's done a great job developing their young players while also having them compete at a high level.
And George drops them both. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. The 3 from McCollum. Again, McCollum missing. Clippers trail by 16. Beverly looking around. The fader. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Beverly. 15 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work. Might take him a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. They just need to calm down, play their game.
Now here's McCollum. 12 points for him. Ariza kicks to Lillard. Looking to get back on track here. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
Two.
First free throw is good.
Well, you think about a franchise player, it's hard to find a better example than Damian Lillard. His play, his presence, Kevin, he's one of the most important players in Blazers franchise history.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubats. Both free throws good from Lillard. Chris, you were talking about the presence of Lillard. Very cool and always composed.
Oh, Kevin, I love Damian Lillard. I mean, he's from Oakland. He has that town toughness. He's got that dog in him. I mean, he speaks softly and carries a big stick.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
That's tipped, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. Why don't we go to the 2K leaderboard? Over the past month, these teams have been playing a very entertaining brand of basketball. 5th best, the Trailblazers.
I mean, they have really hit their stride in terms of that transition game. No doubt about it. They are playing at a great pace.
Now here's Anthony. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
And here's Leonard, following the three-pointer by Carmelo Anthony. McCollum against Harrell. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at Los Angeles. They're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs. And, of course, there's the Trailblazers. They're much further down in the standings right now.
Yeah, and when you look at Portland, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're disappointed in that. I mean, they were hoping to take that next step.
Portland leading by 17. Here's McCollum from past the arc. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. Whiteside, no good. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Now here's Lillard. 14 points for him. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Lillard's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, it's easy to appreciate Lillard. Fantastic at powering through the D and nailing the shots.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
And while we got a chance, let's look at some numbers for Damian Lillard. He's right around 29 points a night, 8 assists and 4 rebounds. And you like what he brings backing up the point guard.
Yeah, no doubt. He knows how to run this offense. He's a tremendous asset to this team coming off the bench.
Here's Trent. He's got 9. Passes it to Little.
Screen coming.
6 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot, and a wide open look for Hood. Portland no good that time either. Clippers trail by 17. Here's Shamet. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
One shot.
Two-time NBA champion Michael Thompson says the arm muscles, Chris, on today's players don't measure up with what they used to be. Is that even important?
You know what? He's right, but I don't know how important that is unless, you just want to bring the gun show to the games and pull out the arms and the curls and say, check out these muscles. But now I think, it's a lot different. And make no mistake, even though that is a true comment, the players of today are much more athletic than his day and my day. And I think that's because of technology. They understand core strength. They understand dieting. They understand rest. And so many, they're privy to so much information that we didn't have. But, no more curls. It doesn't seem like there are any more Karl Malone 24-inch pythons, brother, out there in any of these games.
And here is Green. After Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go, a well-timed shot fake got the defender off the ground right there.
Even a blind squirrel finds an acorn once in a while, right? I did not think that was going in.
That 3 off the mark.
Oh, just incredible. That spin shook him loose from the defender, but he just couldn't gather his balance there to follow through with the shot.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
Jackson against Lillard from deep three-point range, but they'll get another chance. Collins passes to Hood. shoots over Shamet. Hood gets the bucket. Here's Beverly. 6 points for him. Now the dish to Harrell. Back to Beverly. Outside Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Stolen by Collins.
Hey, yo, get on Dave.
Throws it up high.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Pass to Green. Back to Beverly. There's the pass to Green. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Lillard. And Green with the basket on the assist by Beverly. Green's got 4 points in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Outside Hood. Over Green. Great D that time from Green.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And it's Shamet missing. Portland leading by 15. Hood deciding where to go with it. He dishes it to Little. Lillard against Jackson. And Lillard kicks to Collins. Off target with his 3. Clippers trail by 15. Here's Shamet. He shoots again, and Green with the lay-in. Green's got 6.
Straight up effort gets him those points. That's what it's all about on the offensive glass.
Shoots the 3, hands it from downtown.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Now, here's Beverly. 6 points for him. Gets hauled in by the Trailblazers. Collins has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Trent. He's got 12. That's a 2 from Lillard. Rebound by Harrell. Clippers trail by 16. Here's Jackson. Green breaking loose. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And for the last half-decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Collins. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Little. And Trevor Ariza has subbed in for Hood.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Trent, good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 6 assists here tonight.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
And the Clippers call time here. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
He's been a thorn in their side all game. They'll probably use this timeout to change up their D. The system they're in now, it just isn't getting it done.
Zubats is checked in for Los Angeles. All right, we've got a bit of a break now, so here's a look at the league's top scoring teams. Fourth, the Clippers.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
Jackson passes to Zubats. On the wing, Williams. For the three. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Shot's good by Anthony.
And Melo's jumper is pure. You feel like it's going in every time he gets a clean look at the rim.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 8. Nurkic with the block.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
The offensive rebound. It's good. Anthony's got 7 now in this quarter.
He's really turned it around here in the second half. I mean, his offense has returned.
Jackson passes to Williams. In the corner, Shamet with it. Tries from 16. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Shooting 2.
The Trailblazers haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
Two.
That free throw good from Anthony. Leonard, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. Both free throws good from Anthony.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
L.A. has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And that one, good. And that's now 6 points for Lou Williams.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Pass to Anthony. Here's Trent. He's guarded by Williams. Snatched up. Here's Nurkic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Oh, man, an underrated big man. Nurkic, I mean, his brute strength is intimidating to deal with on both ends. Oh, well, the best season of his career, Kevin. But then Yusuf Nurkic suffered that gruesome leg injury. It was a huge loss for the Blazers and a long road to recovery for Nurkic.
Two shots.
That one is off. McCollum's checked in for the Trailblazers. And then for Los Angeles, Marcus Morris comes in for Ivica Zubats. And it's Paul George in for Jackson. He doesn't get the second one. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Here's George. Knocks it down from 7 feet. George has got 8.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Anthony taking his time here. Over Morris. Second shot opportunity. And the rejection by Harrell. Stolen by McCollum.
Get there.
Over Williams. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 5 points now this quarter.
Oh, and McCollum, he's an exceptional shooter. He loves sticking it to the D when they're right in his face.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's the Trailblazers just dominating this one. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Control the pace. Get it to the right guy at the right time. These requirements top the list if you're a good point guard.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Williams. Morris is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the 2 spot.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
One shot.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Now here's McCollum. Ariza outside. Back to McCollum from the arc. He can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Leonard. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
He's been fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
McCollum with the ball. George picks him up. McCollum passes to Trent, and the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Anthony with it. 5 on the clock.
Come to me, come to me.
Nurkic kicks to Anthony. To the right side. Trent. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. And the Trailblazers lead by 17.
Who's got Lou?
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Brooklyn Nets. Then on Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And looking at the Mavericks matchup, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Again, the miss by Anthony.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
You're exactly right. I mean, that's the kind of shot you're trying to work for at their offensive end.
And here are the Trailblazers now. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Nurkic the pass to Trent. Good on the three-point shot. Trent's got 19 points.
And they're going to have to pay closer attention to him beyond the arc. I mean, he's got 2 threes in this half, a total of 3 overall.
And it's Leonard missing.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Yeah, Greg, that's just great defense, forcing this man into a difficult attempt.
Trailblazers leading by 20. Trent gets the bucket. Trent's got 12 points here in the second half.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And the Clippers call time here. Chris, it seems like some teams have been in rebuild mode for a long time. Is there a point at which the league should step in and maybe, I don't know, take over or give them guidance?
You know, I really do. And not because it's necessarily the fault of the team, because, it's tough to win a championship. But to be a perennial bottom dweller, basement dweller, it's not good for the fans. And fans like myself, every year comes the first game, we think, hey, we could win a championship, we could do it. But, you know, our thought process is not based in knowledge. It's just based in our hope and will for the team. So you definitely want to keep teams straight. You want to keep them honest. And I think the league could find a way to step in but not step on the toes of ownership.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Whiteside's checked in. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Pass to George. Hits the three-point bomb.
Once he turned it on, he became a force in this game. Not sure where this guy was in the first half.
Trent passes to McCollum. Reeves it dishes to McCollum. The floater, and that's 2 points on the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 21.
McCullough has a beautiful floating J. Has a good sense of when to go for it.
Taken away by Anthony. Pass to Trent. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. And Chris, whether it's KD or Kyrie, we've seen stars grow irritated with constant questions about their free agent destinations.
I would just suggest to them to go back in time. Nothing's new under the sun. Watch guys like Shaq, myself, other guys that were free agents. It's a time to talk about it, and it's a time not to. And you can even speak about your impending free agency without insulting the fans where you're playing and without guessing of maybe where you will go next year. I just think that, guys just need to be a little more sensitive with it. Fans really want to know, and if the media's going to ask you the question, you got to figure a way how to handle that out delicately.
Well said. Back to Williams. Lock at 6. Got a piece of it. Fires from deep. Good D by McCollum. Trailblazers leading by 21. The pass to Trent. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. Whiteside. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Pass to Williams. Here's George. In the corner, Harrell with it. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
And there's Paul George on the assist by Williams. George has got 5 points now this quarter, and Portland with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. Whiteside kicks to Anthony. Hey, Chris, for some guys, playing in their hometown is a dream, but there's also that added pressure, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. At least when you play away from home, it's a little more quiet. You don't have to get as many tickets for the game. When I got a chance to play home in Detroit, it was one of the best moments of my life. And I thought to myself, this is a wonderful feeling, but could I have handled it for 15 years in my career? I don't know. That's 30 tickets a game. Oh, I probably would have to go back into the NBA again just to pay for those tickets. But I tell you what, it's fun. And for me, a mama's boy, eating your mama's cooking before a game, it is never – I've never had a better feeling before a game than eating her food and being able to go out and play.
I bet. Now, here is George, following the miss by Trevor Ariza.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
He's played with a doggedness, a determination. That's how you end up with double-digit boards.
And Whiteside stays right with it.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Yo, check Lou.
McCollum against Williams. Here's Leonard. Portland grabs the miss.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
Now here's McCollum over Williams, and the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 4 points in the quarter.
Love the offensive game of McCollum. He can score from anywhere on the court.
Here's George, and that's off the glass and in.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Here's Trent, defended by George. Out to Anthony. Here's the three. Buries it from three-point range.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Leonard. C.J. McCollum with the rebound. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. Passes it to Trent. Goes up on the wing. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Harrell's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Williams passes to Morris. Kicks it out to Leonard. Banked in off the glass. Leonard's got 24.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Trent passes to McCollum. Chris, last season, the Thunder became the final NBA team to reach an agreement for jersey sponsorships. Have you gotten used to seeing those patches on the various jerseys around the league?
You know what, Kevin? I have. And they're not as intrusive as I thought. I was
Me too.
Man,
I agree.
Yeah, I was so scared of this. I thought it was going to ugly up the jerseys and be bigger than the team logo and things like that. But you know how great this league is when it comes to getting messages out to their fans and promotion. And so we've done a wonderful job. And actually, some I really, really like how they fit the jersey, how the colors matches, and the history of the company, actually. So, no, I think they've done a great job kind of just making sure it just slides in there, not taking away the shine from the team.
Two.
And he can't get the first one. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Norkic checked in for Whiteside. Caleb Swanigan comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Hezonja, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. And he's good on the second. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Zubats, and he banks in the layup. Zubats has got his first bucket of the night.
Oh, you get it inside like this, you're going to get a high percentage shot almost every time.
Simons surveying the D, and it goes down 2 points.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Magruder passes to Zubats. Back to Magruder. And with the likely return of prep to pro prospects, Chris, some have argued for a high school combine to help determine who's ready to make the leap and who isn't.
I'm not really there with the high school combine. I still think that, you still have a level of college or a level of professionalism that can happen after. And I don't believe until you're ready to be evaluated for the pros immediately, should you have that combine. Your bodies are still growing. I talked to Jaren Jackson just yesterday, and he told me that he grew 2 inches over last summer. So I think it's a little unfair to judge these guys that early when their bodies and mentality still has a lot of development left.
Now here's Jackson. Magruder passes to Jackson. Another one falls for the Clippers.
I mean, come on. Jackson is so effective from the mid-range area of the court. He sticks these shots all the time.
Here's Simons. 1:31 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Trent. Pass to Simons. Here's Trent. Here's Simons. Here's Azania. Kept alive. Tries yet again. From downtown. The pass to Simons. Missed it, even after all those chances.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Portland.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
Really a big-time win for these guys. They lost their first 2 games of the year to this team, so they won't be in danger of getting swept when they meet for the 4th time.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Hassan Whiteside.
Well, he showed what it takes to be a great rebounder tonight. Fighting for position, boxing out, never getting outworked down low.
Now, Nurkic. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Damian, what does tonight's win in the context of your good play lately mean to the team?
It means we're getting better. You might not be able to see it from the outside, but in practice every day we were making improvements. Guys were just a step faster. And the last 2 games we've been able to put it together in the game.
It's showing out on the floor. Congrats again, Damian. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.